cut it up and stuck it in there. And here's a setup of the trailer. Can you see, Abby? Here's the setup of our trailer I put here. And then this one here, this title card, I guess you could call it, I did with my silhouette. So I cut the summer destination out with the silhouette, and then I backed up summer with some pattern paper. The Road Tripper Thickers. Here it's just a little journaling card, and these cards here I think were the no-name ones from Michaels. I don't know if it's no name, My Big Ideas or Recollection, something like that. And then this one here I made with my silhouette and backed it up with one of those cards. This is just a big scrap piece of pattern paper. This style is actually great to use up your scraps. So if you got those pieces of paper in your scraps that are big enough to fit the 3x2s pockets, it's perfect for that. So here again, I just put like arrival day. I put journaling. This is actually a good way to get me to journal. I am horrible at journaling. I don't like to do it. But when I do it this way, I almost seem like I have to add the journaling into it. And it forces me to talk about my vacation and how I felt. So it's good for me. It's a good idea for me to do it this way. Again, I just put like little word stickers, and they also come with these cute little half-size pages, which is great because I didn't have very many pictures for this, like the evening shot. So again, I just used stickers and word stickers and added them in. And I don't like stickers on my 12x12 layouts, but in the Project Life, they're perfect. So again, so this is us camping. Here was the next day at the water park at that campground we were at. So I journaled about it, put stickers again, and I found a great app, PicStitch, on the iPad, and I can pick my layouts, all the different layouts, and you can add more than one picture. And here I added 4, which was fun. So it gives you a chance to fill it up, like with lots of pictures. And so you don't have to fill every single pocket with a picture. You can put 4 pictures in one pocket. And they're big enough that you can still see. So here we did zip lining that afternoon. And then I printed up the flyer from online about their zip lining. I added it in. Here is the campground map. I added it in. This is a layout in progress. The next day, the second day, we went whitewater rafting. So I want to do a big 12x12 of one of the enlarged photos of this, but I'm also including it in my Project Life. So I'm going to actually take some of these pictures and put them on the back side because this actually fits right in between and I didn't do it. So it kind of, I won't have anything on the back if I keep it this way. So I think I'll just use a lot of filler cards. And then this is when we went for ice cream in the little town where the campground was. And it was in a candy store with ice cream and sherbet. And so again, I just used, I think this was a Simple Stories again. I think it was their summer line. And then I used thickers. And again, 2 pictures on one 4x6. This is not finished, but in the campground we were at, they had a little petting zoo. Abby really liked the petting zoo. She has this magnet to animals. So I have to finish this layout. So I've got the pictures in place. I've got my cards in place. Now it's just time to journal and embellish. And so that was the petting zoo. And then on our way to whitewater rafting, we actually, so actually this could go here, but then I'm screwed up. Oh, don't mind me, I'm yapping. So anyways, on our way to the whitewater rafting, which was like in the massive boondocks, there was this big wheat field, and my son's like, can we go take a picture in the wheat field? And I'm like, sure, why not? Who cares? So we did. The pictures didn't turn out that great, but I put it in there because my son really wanted to stand in a wheat field. Who knows? So then we went to visit my girlfriend in just outside of Ottawa in a little town called Alexandria. And so this is basically just a hodgepodge of what happened throughout the time we were there. So that's her backyard. We got a lot of tropical rain. Then the kids swam in the pool. The kids went and visited the pet shop. But pardon me, but it was like a pet store, but a farming store at the same time that sold farming stuff and food, and they also had like chickens and things like that. So they were playing with the chicks, and there was a puppy, and there was other animals. And then I introduced my friends to green fried tomatoes. We went to the market. They had a tiny little market, and the lady at the stand had green tomatoes. So I bought a basket and made green fried tomatoes for them, and they loved it. And then my girlfriend introduced me to this drink that we had never had before, and my daughter and I loved it. Then that same day we went to the market. We went and bought all the fresh fruit. We bought strawberries and vegetables, and we had chicken kebabs, and all this was from the market that day except for the chicken. And then for dessert we had raspberry chocolate and marshmallow s'mores in these kind of grand these cups. They're like ice cream cups, and you cook them on the barbecue and everything melts, and oh, it was so good. So I included all that. So this is not finished, of course, so I still have to journal and add some embellishments. Then next day we went to Old Montreal for a day trip, and of course I keep all the pamphlets, and I put them in these little flip pockets. And this little flip pockets, I found them at the dollar store, and I just put washi tape to hold them closed so that the things don't fall out. And again, I did the
iPad thing. Google Map.
Thanks, Abby. And again, these are not done. I kept the little ticket because it was an adventure to get there, because Montreal is just very congested, and it's hard to park and hard to find your way around, especially when you don't know the city, because it's like huge. So we drove up to the outskirts of Montreal. Then we took a city bus to the center of Montreal, and then from the city bus we hopped onto the subway, and then from the subway took us to Old Montreal.
And it was their first time in the subway.
Yes, so it was the first time the kids actually took a city bus ride, and the first time the kids actually went on a subway. So that was quite the best.
The city bus I actually went on.
Okay, Abby, thank you.
In Ottawa.
Okay, you did go on the one in Ottawa. So this is Old Montreal. So we stopped for our lunch, and we had it at this little bistro outside, and it was really cool. And I would just take a picture and cut it in half to fit in the pockets. And this is a picture of our lunch: smoked meat sandwich and lemonade, and the kids toasting to a great afternoon. And then this is our trip to Montreal. So this is where I'm not finished here. And like, I probably won't do anything with this page at all. I'm just going to leave it as is. And then here I'm going to put a journaling card. And so again, more flyers. So I kept the flyers to go with where we visited. And then on the trip, I took a lot of pictures of those information things so that I would have the info to read. Some postcards I stuck in those flaps. Then we went to Beaver Tails for a snack, and they are to die for. They're like a flat, deep-fried donut, and then you can have all these different toppings on them. But my favorite is just the cinnamon sugar with a squeeze of lemon. Oh my God, it's so good. And then they have these great big churches and cathedrals, and then the kids, of course, got suckered into this balloon guy. And then some church pictures and more pamphlets from the churches. And then we went to camping. We went to Lake Superior, and so here I kept all the flyers from our camping. So here this is an actual picture I took of the beach, and I'm gonna add these little cutouts later, but that's what the beach is. It's all those tiny little round soft rocks. My kid Abby just loved them. She could have sat there forever picking out the pretty rocks. I don't blame her. I was the same. And no, I can't get it back in. So that is like the view of the beach, and then I took a picture of the signs of the provincial park, and I'll journal. And then I have where our trailer was, the view of our trailer, and another beach picture, and then some more on the beach pictures. And it was so cold. It was freezing. It was mid-October. No, I mean, sorry, mid-August, beginning of August, and it was freezing. As you can see, Abby loves any temperature of water. She will go in no matter what the temperature is, and she even had a hard time going in. And so you gotta realize then it must be super cold if she can't even go in. And so then that evening we did s'mores, we had a fire, then we went and saw the pictograms the next day. They were really awesome to see. And here I did some journaling here, but I haven't added anything. So like I said, it's a work in progress. So this is all pictures from the pictogram. And again, I took another flyer, added it in, and these are those pictures, but it's of those information boards that are on the trails. And then I added more pictures, some more. Those are the actual pictograms. Oh, and then the warning sign actually even shows that some people have actually died going to visit these.
Death, injury occurred when highly.
So, and then the next day we went to a secluded beach that nobody really knows about unless you're a local or somebody tells you where it is, because it's hidden. And they have some sand dunes, and it's really cool. They have this island which is called Bathtub Island, and in the middle of the island there's like a crater. The waves go into the crater and they warm up, and the water's like a bathtub, so that's why they call it Bathtub Island. And you can actually walk all the way to this island, and it doesn't get any deeper than your belly button. But then when you get on the other side of the island, it's over your head. So we had some fun in the sand there. And then we went and saw some rapids, and there was another hiking trail, really cool rapids, and some fun pictures. Then we went to visit my friend at her camp, and this one I finished. And this is us on the beach, having a drink, the kids playing in the water, my friend and her husband. This is us relaxing, toasting our toes in the sun. It was actually freezing, and so we only had we didn't even have our bathing suits on. We just had our shorts on, and we were trying to warm up our feet in the sun. Hopefully the sun would give us a little bit of color. And this is us just being goofy, and I just did that as another app that I did from my iPad, which is Photo Booth, I think it's called. And some goofy pictures. Joel having tons of fun. He was totally having fun. No pun intended. Catching toads. There was toads everywhere. Don't worry about that, Abby. And just, fun stuff. And then we went, long weekend of September, we went camping with my brother and his family. And so on the Manitoulin Islands. So this is just us having, and my parents too. And then we went and explored the island. We went to an antique store, and I bought myself a egg platter, which I've been looking for forever, and it turns out it's the identical egg platter my mom has that she got as a wedding gift for her wedding. And Abby found a little Tooth Fairy box, trinket box, and it was really cute, and she wanted it, so she haggled the lady for it and got it for really cheap. So she's got an actual skill for it. Went and visited a chocolate factory, a candy store, and then we went for a hike, and went and saw the rapids, and the salmon were running, so there was tons of salmon running upstream. And here's one of them. It's barely hard to see, but you could see the salmon. And there was these, I don't know what these are called. They're like little crawfish or whatever. And again, my cards are all, some of them are from pattern papers I've cut down. Some of them are from Michaels. Some of them are from Becky Higgins. Some are made with my silhouette. And that's it. I did that for my summer album. And then now I'm starting to do